Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on a Dixon Speed ZTR 42-inch zero turn. As you can tell, there's still weeds on it. I went to the customer's house yesterday to pick it up, and it literally had, the only thing you could see was a seat. This whole thing was buried in the weeds, and they asked me to go ahead and try to fix it up for them. It sat for 4 or 5 seasons, and the reason why they parked it is when the motor spins over, the blades are spinning too, with or without the PTO switch. It's electric clutch on here. That's the reason they parked it, but then it sat. And what I noticed is, like last year I noticed it a lot, but this year I really noticed it, is people are pulling their older equipment out of the trees or out of the back of their sheds because new lawnmowers cost so doggone much and the quality is not there. So people are trying to fix up their old stuff. It'd be cheaper than buying new stuff. It probably lasts a lot longer. But anyways, back to this. Normally I try getting the motor running first, but being the clutch is froze up on it or whatever, we're going to start fixing the clutch or replacing the clutch, then we'll come back, get the motor running. And I see the throttle's all froze up. We have to fix that. And need a new battery and everything. So hopefully you enjoy the video. I'm going to have to take this bar out here. And that clutch looks really rusty. So I might have to spray some lube on it. Let me spin the top of the motor if I can here. Can't do it like that, but I did it yesterday when I got it. So what all do we need? It's like a 9/16 to take this bar out. Then we're going to loosen this bar here a little bit. Then it's a 5/8 for that. Then we have to unhook the PTO switch. And the motor says a 2001, and I believe when I used to sell Dixons, I think I sold this to them brand new, like in 2002 or 2003, somewhere in there. For something that old, it's still in pretty good shape. Grab some tools here, and we'll try getting that clutch off. And these bars here, that's for keeping both hydros straight. Like if you're going over bumps and stuff fast, they can roll back and forth. That's what these supports for. It keeps it like these two hydros, one solid hydro. That's what them bars are for. Alright, let's take that bolt out of the PTO clutch. And that's 5/8. Should take that bolt off. Probably be a lot easier. It's actually coming. Look at the bearings. Bearings are real stiff on there. I can turn the motor now. Let's see, we got maybe a quill froze up here or something. The belt was stuck in the pulley. Yeah, we're gonna need a new belt. Let me see if I have a good used clutch, and we'll come back. Okay, here's the one that came off it. The top bearing, it spins, but the bottom bearing, I mean, it's tough. But I got this one here, exactly the same thing. And this one spins, but all I have to do is put this plug in on this one here. I'll solder that on there. And we'll throw this used one on there just to get, I don't have a new one on hand, but when we get it going, I'll tell the customer how to use one. And if they don't want to use one, I'll order them a new one. So Warner, the one I'm putting on is a Warner. And that looks like don't have the Warner sticker on it. So let me get that inside on and we'll go ahead and put it back on the lawnmower. Okay, well, we have this off. Make sure the transmission belt's in good shape and the idler pulley spinning and everything. Okay, go ahead and plug that in over here. Okay, I'm not going to put this belt back on because I think we need a new belt. But yeah, you can spin this one now. Alright, let's try getting this motor running next. But first I got to put that bar back on. I don't need that off to replace the belt. Get this thing lowered and turned around, and yeah, it spins much better now. Alright, well I'm going to go ahead and change batteries. I don't need to record that. Got this hanging bracket here. There's two 7/16 nuts to loosen this hold down on, and I'm going to put a new battery in and we'll go from there. Oh, and he said something about that he had to jump the solenoid. So we might have to check the safety switches out too, because you don't want to be jump starting it by the solenoid. You want to do it the proper way. So we'll get the battery in and go from there. Okay, I put the new battery in and the battery cable ends are all rusted and everything. So I put new ends on too. And I see he has this control panel. The bolts are all loose on that, so they must have been trying to fix this themselves. So I'll just see if anything happens. Nothing. So we'll get the test light out. PTO switch wasn't even plugged in. Okay, you hear the clutch kicking in. One of the wires is pulled out, so we have to push that wire back in the little harness there. And we'll get the test light out. We got power. We have power going to the switch, so that's good. I don't pull this open more, but these wires are. This white wire popped out. It's not clipping in there for some reason. There's a little tab on the back of these. Just grab another key switch and the PTO switch. Okay, it's clicking over at the solenoid. So let's see if we got power going to the solenoid when I kick the switch in. You got power going to that side. See yellow wire that runs through all the safety switches. Okay, we got power going to the solenoid. So I think we need to replace that solenoid. Because we'll check this here. Okay, nothing coming out of the solenoid. So when you do this, you want to disconnect the battery. So you don't want this power wire hitting any metal. You shoot sparks all over and everything. So let me change that solenoid out and we'll be right back. Okay, I put the new solenoid in. Hooked it back up to the battery. Better make sure there's oil in here. Oil, but it's dirty. At least it has oil for now. Okay, the motor turns over now. So we got that part done. Here's the old solenoid. I gotta put a new throttle on here because this one is froze. I sprayed some stuff on it, but I'm just gonna replace it. So I'll get that done and we'll see if we can get the motor running next. Okay, I put all the controls back in the panel over here. Then I changed the oil, put an oil filter on there. Used 30 weight oil and new fuel filter. And when it sat for so long, I checked all the fuel lines to make sure they're not cracked or getting brittle. Put the new throttle cable in there. It's a nice, smooth running engine. Anyways, all we have to do now is turn it around, put a new belt on it, check the blades, and grease all the zerks up on it. And he'll have a good lawnmower again. So let's turn this thing around and jack the front end up. Okay, we got to fix some damage on the deck. So that they ran into something. Got to bend that back over and push this back out here. Then to take the belt off, you got some covers. These covers looks like a 3/8. Take them covers off to get the belt off. So I'm gonna go ahead and try pounding out that deck real quick here. Okay, I bent that lip back up and everything and spun the blades around and it's not hitting nothing. We're gonna take these blades off and sharpen them. And these take a 5/8 socket. Stuff we gotta get out of there. Blades are really super dull, but they're straight. Let's go put a nice sharp edge on them. You know, when I do blades, I kind of do both sides the same. If I have to go like 10 times on this side, I'll do 10 times on this side. So we get a nice sharp edge. Then we can stick them on the old balancer here. Make sure they're level. Let's see how it goes here. Okay, there's 10 times. We need to go more because they're like really dull. So we'll do 20 times the side. And look at that nice edge. That's good to cut some grass. Look at that. Like a new blade. Then we'd always check it. Quite a difference from that to that. Okay, I think I ought to cut some grass now. Let me put blades on, always the wings up, the sharp part always down. And we got these stars. That makes the stars line up. Well, I'm going to take them covers off the pulleys and take that belt off. And one there and there's one on the other side over here. I'll pop them off real quick. Okay, I popped them covers off. Now we can take that belt off. And just kind of look how you had your belt on there. The flat idler pulleys, that's where the back side of the belt rides on, and the V pulleys, that's the inside of the belt rides on. Make sure everything's spinning freely. And I'm gonna go look up a new belt for this, see if I have one. Okay, we got it all done. I greased all the zerks and on 0 turns, 2 back tires to get the same air pressure in them. It says in the tires, front tires, they get the same air pressure in them. Greased everything. We sharpened the blades, put a new belt on. Then on the motor and everything, we put the battery on. Then we use PTO clutch, oil change, air filter, fuel filter, battery ends, solenoid, throttle cable, key switch, PTO switch. You know, this might cost, $500-600 for all this stuff with labor, but shoot, that's still cheaper. Buying one of these new, you know, a new zero turn like this is probably what, $4,000 or something. And these old Dixons, you know, they're built like a tank. So in the long run, the guy's going to save a lot of money, you know, buying this new stuff nowadays. It runs great. I hope this video helps you out. Because I've been noticing, you know, especially this year, a lot of people fixing up their older stuff. You know, it lasts a lot longer and a lot cheaper than buying this newer stuff. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please subscribe. And you guys have a good afternoon.